Welcome to the wonderful world of Weaver. So, I was originally going to be posting my second vlog today on Sunday. However, I ran into a couple of kinks when it came into blurring out people's faces. It's something that I've apparently got more to learn about. So, until then, I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to post a story through the telling of one of the players out at Tridia. And her story is about her previous character, which was a half-elf named Sureal. So without further ado, here's the story of Sureal.
So, when I created Sureal, we were in the middle of the Dervish War. And so, for my backstory, I said that Sureal was from a small little village just outside of the Elven Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a lot of half-elves, elves, humans, good combination.
So it had a diverse community.
Yeah, relatively diverse, but it was just a small, maybe 100 people in the village. And she was the daughter of the lead healer and the village chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
And so she grew up pretty comfortably for a village, right? And her childhood sweetheart was the daughter of the lead hunter of the group. We had a really well structured community.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Dervish War came, her mother, who was an elf, and Sureal was a half elf, decided to send her to Minos instead of the Elven Kingdom. Yeah. Because she felt that Sureal would feel more welcome there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, full elves are very, I'm going to put my hat on.
Yeah. Full elves are very racist towards anybody who's half.
Yeah, they're very, they're not nice.
Uh-huh.
And so Sureal went to Minos, but on the way, it wasn't just her; it was her and her betrothed at that time, Rinian, and a couple of other youths from the village. And we were about 3 days out from Minos, and Sureal decided to go gather herbs and stuff because she wasn't a really good magic healer yet. Yeah. But she knew some herbalism and stuff like that, so she was gathering herbs and trying to find things that'll help us and gather some berries and stuff. While she's gathering some berries, she hears screams and growls of, which she later found out to be Dervish, and they had found her friends. Ooh. Yeah. And so she got back to where we were camping out, and it was bloody.
Oh, that's not good.
There were blood everywhere, limbs, but there was no sign of her betrothed except for his hunter's necklace.
Oh no.
So since there was no blood, there wasn't any of his limbs or anything like that. Yeah. No identifying traits of his. She figured he may have been taken or ran away, but she made it back to me. She made it to Minos, and about a year later, after the Dervish War was complete, she receives a letter from her mother, saying, I hope this is the Sureal. I hope you are the Sureal that they were talking about, because I had increased my rank and fame. I've been fighting and I've been doing pretty good. Yeah.
Adrian!
Yay! But so and the last line of her letter was, "Please come home. He deserves a chance to say goodbye."
Okay.
So I'm like,
who's he?
Exactly. Did they find him, or was it father? Or
it was very cryptic.
Very cryptic. So we get to the village, which is in the process of being rebuilt because the Dervish hadn't made their way through. And she finds the chieftain's hut, and she enters, and it's her father laying on his deathbed. Oh. Dying because he's a human. Yeah. And he was dying from the wounds, and her mother tried as much as she could, but
there's just nothing that could be done.
There's nothing else that could be done. And so Sureal was able to talk to her father one last time, and he got to say how proud he was of her, and and she's apologizing for not being there, as a child who moved away from their parents do. You know?
Yeah.
And he dies right there.
Oh, that's heart-wrenching.
Yeah. So that's, you know,
Yeah.
2 years later, and it still affects me.
Yeah. It's very emotional.
It is so emotional, and it was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, having a moment, and I mentioned to, because now we're like, who's the chieftain now?
Yeah.
And I tell my mom, I have no idea where Rinian is.
Mm-hmm.
We got separated on the way to Minos, and I don't know if he's even still alive. I was essentially panicking.
Mm-hmm.
And Rinian's father was still there.
Mm-hmm.
He's an elf. Rinian's a full elf.
Yeah.
And Federer, Rinian's father, goes, "Oh, I saw him 2 days ago." What?
The hell?
Yes. And can't remember the name. It was south. Southwest, I think, of Shelton. You know, southwest side of the bowl.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, he attacked me 2 days ago.
Oh.
And as I am sitting mourning my father, my questmates, thankfully, were able to talk to Frederier,
Mm-hmm.
and were able to get the information, you know, where it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn Ryu. Ryu was a mage, who happened to, he made it himself. He had a headband
Mm-hmm.
that was permanently enchanted with invisibility.
Yeah.
And he liked to be invisible all the time. So right after my father passes away, and we are mourning, you know, we're still standing there mourning,
Mm-hmm.
he decides to play Puppet Master. Yeah. And that
With your dad?
With my dad's arm.
What the fuck?
Exactly. He's not welcome back in the village.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But yeah, so I was so mad and out of character about that.
Mm-hmm.
I physically punched, like, you're not supposed to. Don't do this.
I know.
But I actually did punch
Mutt.
in the
Yeah,
eye.
I would have too.
Ryu. I'm like, and he's like, Juan, why did you do that? You know?
Yeah.
I wanted him to say goodbye. He did say goodbye. You're not. That wasn't respectful.
Oh God, that's so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. Anyways, so we find we get to the nearest teleport pad
Mm-hmm.
from where Federer was attacked by Rinian, and we find Rinian, and I could, like, he was with other bandits.
Mm-hmm.
He became a bandit, and during that fight, I went up to him. I couldn't fight him. I couldn't believe he was still alive,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else was just fighting around us.
Yeah.
And then he says, "How could you betray me?" And then
Wasn't he the one that was betraying you?
no. What was he at the time? Alistair.
Okay.
I was like, I have to remember because Aaron went through so many characters.
Yeah.
I think it was Alistair. Sapped him to knock him out.
Okay.
And then we restrained him.
Mm-hmm.
Just tied his hands up and stuff. And and I was able to get some time alone with him. And turned out that Rinian had been captured by the dervish
Mm-hmm.
and forced into the fighting pits.
Ooh.
They essentially brainwashed him. And he says, "My father is dead." I was like, "No, I saw him 2 days. I saw him just the other day. He said you attacked him 2 days ago." He was brainwashed to believe he killed his father in the fighting pits.
Oh.
And he thought that I had betrayed him, but I was wearing the hunter's necklace that he wore.
Oh.
And it was so emotional because it was just this man that my character has loved essentially all her life was damaged and was torn apart, and she couldn't, she wanted to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought that he thought she betrayed him, and she's like, "No, I know why they took you. You fought so hard to protect them, because to protect me, because I'm pretty sure you figured out that if I got there, they would have killed me." And he's like, you betrayed me and you left me, and I was just, and then I grabbed the necklace and like, look at this, and it's the head of a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look at this. I have not taken this off since the day I lost you. There's always a part of myself that believed that you were still alive, and this was my hope that I would find you again, and I have. And I took my necklace off, and I gave it to him, and he's like, no, that's not me anymore. I was like, no, but take this as a reminder of my love for you. And yeah, so you see,
Yeah,
it
I
got
can tell.
super imagine at that time.
Yeah.
I had to break character like twice, and
Because of how hard it was.
I pretty much went, I was having the conversation, I was like, because Elena was the storyteller. Kurt and Elena, oh my gosh, if you want a role play, if you want a good backstory quest, a role play one, Kurt and Elena, maybe even Jacob, are the ones to do it, because they pull your heartstrings. And Elena was sitting right there, and I got her to shed tears.
Uh-huh.
Maybe two.
Yeah.
But I had to break character and go, fuck you, Elena. And she, of course, the DM smile. You know that Elena DM smile, and we talked for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And thankfully, it was the last mod of the event.
Yeah.
Because I was crying.
Yeah.
And like I cried at my father's death, and I cried at how damaged my betrothed was. And yeah, it was intense. And we have, you know, and then after that, he's like, I don't know what to do anymore. I was like, well, you can help the village. You can help protect the village. You know how bandits work now. You can protect them and guard them. And he's like, he's damaged, but it's like, let me help you. And so, you know, it was just one of those things. Of course, he had PTSD, and you know, and people would ask how he's doing, and I'm like, well,
no,
he's good.
He's okay.
He attacked me in our sleep once.
No.
I was able to starstruck him.
So you guys did eventually end up together?
Yeah, we got married.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, Sureal and Stefan got married.
Oh.
The winter before she died.
Oh.
So people are like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They're trying to, or not Stefan, Sureal and Rainian. Sorry, Stefan is the translation for Rainian. Sureal and Rainian got married, and it was during the winter break before. She essentially got married on the winter solstice.
Okay.
And people realized, oh my god, what's going to happen to Rainian after, you know, now that Sureal's dead.
Yeah.
Because she was essentially his rock.
Yeah. That's
back to normal life.
Well, I thank you for telling that story. That was amazing.
Yeah, and that you don't have to fight to have.
To have amazing storytelling. Yeah. To have an amazing time.
The only time that we actually fought fought Thunderbirds, and then we fought bandits, and those didn't last long.
Yeah, but the rest was all role playing. It was amazing. Well, I thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cry.
Yeah.